I just wanted to ask you your name, what's your team, and what brought you onto this app.
Oh, okay. My name is Maggie. I'm a Steelers fan, and I came on this app for funny content and to do my own content, honestly. So
Okay, so with you being a Steelers fan, what did you think about your draft? What did you think about it?
I honestly think that it was amazing. It was some much needed, a long time coming type of draft. But our last two drafts and two free agencies have been amazing. So I kind of figured Omar was going to come through this year. So
So you said you liked your draft. Did any of your draft picks stand out to you the most, or did you think this was a pretty okay draft? Where would
I
you
wouldn't say I wouldn't say okay. I think it was an excellent draft considering, like I said, my team is young. My line is solidified for the next 10 to 12 years. So excellent draft. Really, Zach definitely stands out. Um, Peyton stands out. I'm really excited for the linebacker. But if anybody stands out before this draft, I'm really excited to see Joey from last year's draft to finally get to start for a full year because he only played like 7 to 8 games last year and was in a finalist for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So Joey Porter Jr., I'm really excited for a full year this year. So, but yeah, from this draft, my center, Zach, and then Peyton, I would have to say. I'm really, really excited for it. So
Okay, so I like that. So your free agency. I wanted to dive into that. I wanted to start off by talking about Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had picked him up, and what did you think about that? Y'all picked him up during a trade for the Bears, so what did you think about that? And how do you see him panning out in your offense?
Um, honestly, I like it for what we got him for. It wasn't worth like well, we got him for a 6 round pick, but he came to us. It wasn't even like we just like honestly traded hard from what my GM and my head coach was saying. They didn't expect to get him because they were getting offers for third and fourth rounds. But he chose the Steelers. So I think he put himself in a good position because he knew this would be the best position for him. So I wouldn't even say it was mostly us. That was on Justin himself.
So what do you think he's gonna bring to your offense? How do you feel he's gonna pan out, and what do you think he's gonna bring to your team moving forward?
I don't expect to see Justin at all this year. I need him to sit down. What I expect him to bring to the team, build your team chemistry this year, sit for a year. I don't want Justin playing at all this year. There's no need for Justin to be playing for real, for real. I already see some stuff I expect now. His form has already got 10 times better from what I've seen. The playbook reading, like I just need him to learn. Chicago never developed him at all
Right. True. True.
like their last quarterback. So I need him to learn how to become a quarterback. Wait for that line because my line is still young. The only people on my line that we have that are consistently good right now is Isaiah and Nate. Of course, they're Pro Bowlers from the Eagles. The rest of my line, if we were to get a quarterback hurt, which I don't even really see Russell getting hurt for real, let Russ get hurt, then the next year after. So from Justin, all I expect him to do is actually learn how to become a quarterback. The playbook, and to sit. Just sit and learn. I don't expect to see Justin at all this year. So
Okay, I like that. I like that. So I wanted to talk about the new look to your team and new look to your offense with Russell, with you saying you want Russell Wilson to start and be the helm of your team. What do you think that's going to provide? What do you think Russell is going to do for your team? And do you
I
think
don't
your wide receivers are going to benefit from Russell being on the team?
I don't see Russell Wilson being the hem of the offense, hem of the team. That's still TJ's right. TJ Watt's right. Um, and I don't think that Russell can do more. Like, I expect him to do a little bit more than Kenny, but Russell Wilson is older. So I don't see him running and going crazy like he did. George Pickens is already a monster, regardless of who's throwing the ball to him. So he's going to get 1,000 yards easily. But I see us doing more of a run package. We have the line that we have. I expect my running backs to do more than my quarterback. So I don't expect Russell Wilson to lead the team at all or anything like that. Just don't turn over the ball. Like,
Okay. Okay.
I think people expect too much out of Russell. All we need you to do is just don't turn over the ball. Like my division went 5-1 last year. I mean, my team went 5-1 in that division and still made it to the playoffs without a quarterback. Just don't turn over the ball. Like we don't need Russ, and that's why I think he's in a good position too. Because you're coming into a team where you're not being the savior, you're not being the captain. Literally, all we need you to do is not turn over the ball. Like he can throw his 2,500, 3,000 yards and still win a playoff game with this team. Like he don't
Mm-hmm.
have to come in throwing 4 or 5,000 yards and
Mm-hmm.
all this like he did with Denver and how he had to do with Seattle. Like we don't need you to carry anything. Just don't turn over the ball. Like that's it. So
Okay, you had brought up TJ Watt, so I wanted to bring up your defense and how they done got boosted up. So, what did you think about the Patrick Queen pickup that you got through
um
free agency?
the Patrick Queen pickup is nice. We finally got a linebacker in the middle. I mean, we had two last year. They just got hurt. Um with Kawan Alexander, and then we had another one. But it's nice. Like I'm finally ready to see like my team healthy all the way again. And the only reason I brought up T.J. Watt is because he is the helm of the team. Like when we don't have T.J. Watt, our record is like negative. So I don't believe for every team a quarterback is the franchise player, and especially not for the Steelers. T.J. Watt is our franchise player. Um, But he's not even Patrick Queen's not even the one, like I said, I'm just looking at, honestly. Like I know Patrick Queen is gonna be good. People be like, oh, he was only good because he was next to Raekwon. Well, now he has an even better D line right there. So I do like the Patrick Queen pickup because, like I said, we've been needing a linebacker since Ryan Sazier, for real, for real. But I'm ready for my secondary in the back before. Like I know my line is good. I know my line is good. Um,
Do you think your secondary needs to be beefed up a little bit more before the season starts, or do you think they address
no,
that during the?
no. People forget we drafted last year for my secondary, Corey Trice. There was people playing last year like Patrick Peterson who shouldn't even been playing the whole year. Like I said, Joey didn't get to start majority of the year. He only played 7, 8 games. I do believe if he got to start as a rookie, that would be different. Minka did get hurt after Minka shouldn't even been playing for a few weeks because he got his appendix taken out and wanted to play. I don't think my secondary should be touched at all right now. Like I need to see the young ones starting first. So I don't think that they should be beefed up at all.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I wanted to talk about your division. What do you think about the AFC? What do you think about the AFC North?
Best division in football the last few years. It is the best division in football. But anyways, as a whole, nah, I'm talking to it. That's the Eagles fan in the background. Best division
You're
the
good.
last few years as a whole. Um, And honestly, as a Steelers fan, I'm one of the least people that should like even be worried. Like I said, we just went 5-1 in that division with no quarterback. The Ravens, we're up on them like what is it? In the last 11 matchups, we've won like 9 of them. Nobody's scared of the Ravens. We're sweeping. The Browns, nobody's scared of the Browns. Um, who else? Who else is it? Oh, the Bengals. If Joe is healthy, that's a different story, but their line is fucking horrible and ass. So nobody's scared of that. Who else is in there? Bengals, Browns, us, Ravens.
Ravens.
So yeah, like I said, nobody's scared of the Ravens. Like
Hmm.
I already said the Bengals. Yeah, Joe's hurt. Like the only person for real that I would even be worried about, honestly, if he's healthy, is Joe. And you don't even know our division. Come on. I definitely, y'all know anything about sport.
Don't even worry about the comments. We just up over here talking about your
Oh,
team and
okay.
everything that it can bring.
I was
But
gonna say what?
most
But
people
yeah.
just listen and just respond. You know what I mean? So we just tend to ignore that. But
Oh,
I wanted to
okay.
talk about this. Your new. What did you think about your potential offensive line going into this season?
I think it's nasty. I give it even going into this season because, like I said, it is a young rookie line. Like majority of my line is really, really young. So, like I said, with the hiccups, I give it a good year or two before they even gel together. Um, because we don't honestly believe in starting rookies. That's another one. Kevin Dotson. If not Kevin Dotson, Broderick Jones. If he would have got to start majority of the year, he would have had Pro Bowl talks because he had them at the end of the year. We had Dan Moore. Um, Mike Tomlin don't believe in starting like rookies for some reason. He don't care about rookie records unless like we just have to, like what we did with Najee. And so I give it like a year or two, and by the time that's when I'm expecting Justin Fields to be starting for real, for real. It should be gelled together. This year, I just want to see how they are in the run blocking and a little bit in the pass walking.
Hmm.
So I don't expect like not to say I don't expect too much, but I don't expect my quarterback to get sacked like that. For real, for real. I don't.
Okay, so back to your draft. What did you think was the most interesting pickup, and what pickup do you believe that you didn't need per se? Or do you believe that your whole draft addressed everything that you needed to address?
My whole draft addressed everything that we needed to draft. I wouldn't say there was no pick we didn't need because Peyton, nasty monster, could start for us now, and depth. Um, my line, everybody, like the players that we got for my line, they either can play they can play four positions now. Like the three players that we got from my line, even the one that we took in the sixth round, they can play four positions now. That's crazy good. That's crazy amazing. Receiver, George Pickens need another receiver on the other side. It's always great to have tight end depth because of last year we lost Pat, but he's coming back healthy. Darnell, he don't block like that for real, but he's learning how to block more. And then we took a tight end late in the draft that can block. So I feel like I said, everything we've done these last 2 years under Omar have been needs. So
So, a lot of people been saying that Mike Tomlin needs to move on, this, that, and the third. What do you think about it? Because I already know a lot of Steelers fans are set with Mike Tomlin because that's been their coach for a cool long time. But people from the outside looking in tend to say that Mike Tomlin isn't a good coach just because he gets bounced out of the first round of the playoffs. What do you think about that?
I tell people that they're idiots, and one of the worst things the Steelers would do is getting rid of Mike Tomlin. Honestly, there is no other coach doing what he's doing. For real, for real. Bill Belichick, I remember when Big Ben got hurt in like 2018 or 2019. It was the season after he threw for 5,000 yards. And we had Devin Hodges, Duck, which most people know him, and Mason Rudolph. And we went to the playoffs and still was at the top, damn near the top of the division, everything like that. And Bill Belichick, he said, there is no quarterback in the league today that is doing what he did. A fourth round, undrafted rookie quarterback, winning 10 plus games. There's no other quarterback that's doing what he's doing. And for him to keep us that consistent, that good, even last year, with not having a quarterback, we didn't throw for more than 400 yards in offense or get 400 yards of offense. That's with rushing too. The last 5 years, you put Mason Rudolph in for the last 4 games, and we do that. There is no other coach that's keeping his team that consistent, that good, winning 10 plus games. Like with no quarterback, one of the worst offenses. You have one of the worst offensive coordinators. TJ Watt missed 7 to 9 games last year. Like there's no other team, there's no coach that's doing something like that. For real, for real. So when people say like, oh, he needs to move on or this, and that, look at their franchise. Most of the people that's saying that, bandwagons of other teams that are good now or have a fucking horrible franchise or like pick top 10 every fucking year in the draft. Like I'm not like, because if Mike Tomlin was to leave right now, I'm pretty sure 31 teams would be trying to hire him. Like instantly out the door. And then every year we also get trade offers for, because you can trade for coaches. We also get first round offers for his ass damn near every year. Like Green Bay offered us going into this or off season a first round pick before the draft. Like he would be on anybody's coaching staff defensively or in their office or something. Mike Tomlin would have a job somewhere. He would have definitely have a
100%.
job somewhere. Like
100%. And
so.
I tend to forget that people don't realize that Mike Tomlin is a coach, is a player's coach. You know what I mean? He understands how to get players to develop and get to a certain level that he knows that they can be. So, hold on, I don't mean to cut this short, but I wanted to address their comments. Thank y'all so much for coming up into the live. I see y'all comments. We finna go back and forth from the questions into the comments. I see y'all, what's happening with y'all. Thank y'all for liking the live, sharing the live, and y'all go follow Mags real quick. She up over here real knowledgeable about football. She knows her stuff, and I just wanted to thank her for coming up and giving me a
Thank
few
you.
time. So next, I wanted to talk about your future opponents and where do you see your record gonna be looking like next season?
If everybody stay healthy, at least 13 wins. That's what I'm expecting. Realistically, 11 or 12, but at least 13. Because like I said, our division, we're already that's 5, 6 games I'm already accounting for. And then the Bengals, if they definitely don't get their situation with Trey, which I don't think that they're getting their situation right because they just tried to draft his replacement, which you can't replace. Oh, yeah. Then the Ravens took a dive, and then they brought over Derrick Henry. The Steelers are one of the only teams that kept him under 60 yards in his prime, and that is a fact. You bring him over now, oh, we finna fuck them up. Ravens, oh, yeah. Like I said, 12 wins is what I'm expecting. Realistically, 11, 12. So,
So what teams do you see you beating and what teams do you see you losing to?
um, historically, because history does repeat itself, I feel like the Raiders, even with a bad quarterback, because Derek Carr was bad with them, I believe, after um, the Raiders, I would not be shocked if they sneak out with a win there. Um, Cowboys might give us some trouble if they stay healthy. Jets defense is nasty. That's a sleeper. Um, oh, he's over here whispering the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles, we gonna fuck them up. So look, AJ ain't doing what he did the last time. We don't have Levi Wallace over there giving up 4 fucking touchdowns. Like I said, and then Mika should never played that game. That was the game he got his appendix sticking out. Um,
hold,
um,
hold on before you continue. I see everybody trying to come up and put their request in after the interview is done and over with. I will gladly bring up everybody who has their request. Thank y'all for putting your
Ravens getting at
request
least one
in
of
and
those games.
thank y'all for waiting patiently. But
Ravens just went
continue.
to an AFC championship and lost 3 games, and we swept them. 2 of their losses, like that was one of the best teams they've had since his last MVP. Please, please.
So, hey, what's good with you, Ashley? What's good with you? But for your games at Pittsburgh, where do you see your wins and where do you see your losses coming from?
Mm, like I said, if Joe stays healthy, I definitely see we probably lose to Joe Cowboys. Chargers ass. Like I said, Jets. That could be defensively, and if they pan out how they're supposed to pan out, they might give us some problems too. Chargers ass. Chiefs. They got an old tight end. Mahomes he's great, but Chris Jones. I feel like we got the line to, keep him under 3 sacks. Um, New York's nothing. Ravens nothing. Deshaun Watson for the Browns. I believe in Deshaun. Honestly, I believe in Deshaun. But if he plays this year, the stuff that he's been talking, oh, my defense is about to fuck him up. I'm not gonna lie. And he is a bum. Like, what was that interview we watched? Justin Fields and Deshaun was talking, and Deshaun was like, "Oh yeah, they just run an average defense," and he was like, "But that average defense got 6 sacks on you in 2 games." And one of those games, TJ didn't play. So, like I said, probably like the Cowboys, Bengals, Jets. We're talking about at home. We travel to y'all. You just want to be heard so bad. You Philly fan. You just want to be heard so he's Eagles. Uh
Yo, what's good with everybody up in the comments? What's
I
good
think
with
we can
y'all?
get the Chiefs. If Denver can get the Chiefs after after getting 70 points took up on their head the week before, I think we can get the Chiefs. Like, so just because Kevin Byard got his ass tore by an old Travis Kelce don't mean we about to.
And we beat them.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you something else. Your wide receiver core. What do you see going on with that? And do you see y'all picking up any different wide receivers going into this season?
Um, I do, but I wouldn't be shocked if we don't because, like I said, it's definitely time for George to take the reins. Like he should have did it last year, but without the proper quarterback, like throwing him the ball, because Kenny for some reason can't throw it past 10 yards, or misses wide open like slant routes. Like, I'm not worried there because, like I said, we were missing 1,000 receiving yards at the tight end room. Like not having Pat really affected us for real, for real. So I'm not worried when it comes there. I expect George to have a good season. We got Romeo, a nice speedy receiver. Um, we got some depth there. We um we got a nice tight end room, a great ass tight end room. Uh, and then running backs. Like I said, Jalen Warren is another like type of running back receiver there. So I'm not worried.
Mm.
Not worried at all. I trust my coach. I know he know what he doing. So
Okay, so
yes, a
I
great tight
have
end room. Pat Fryermuth, Darnell Washington. We also got Connor Hayward. Like we really do. And Connor Hayward was actually, which I'm really shocked about, was really good for us in the red zone last year. Darnell worked on his blocking really nice. And like I said, Pat came back. Pat's first game coming back, put up 250 yards over receivers and tight ends that first week with 3 touchdowns. Please, bro. There's nothing you're telling me. We finna be nasty. And you can go look it up.
all right, so I have no more questions for you. So do you have any final words to say to the league and or your division going into this season?
Fuck the Ravens. Because off top is fuck the Ravens forever. Like, I'm a Steelers fan to the T. But thank you, Trey. for inviting me. I know we've been trying to get this done for a few weeks now. I do apologize. You know, I work a
Oh
lot.
no, it's all good. You already
Um,
know.
I appreciate you having me on for this interview. Always a great time. It's always an amazing time when I get to talk to you. And yeah, like just watch my Steelers. Like if y'all think we did something last year, actually they did. You worry about the Cowboys over there and them bum ass teams. So
Well, thank you for coming up, and to everybody that's wanting to join up, I'm finna restart my live, and I will be back up in about 2 minutes. So I will be back on live, and we'll get everything started from there. Thank y'all for joining, and I'll see y'all in a minute.
user two some that says nobody think the Steelers did anything. You don't even have a real name or a profile picture. Nobody thinks you're doing anything.